Hi YouTube, welcome to another edition of HorrorHands, and for this video I'm going to be talking about the Howling 2. Now I got this a couple of weeks back as part of my Arrow Blu-ray haul, and I remember saying at the time that I've never seen a Howling sequel. The Howling is one of my favourite films, and I've never heard anything good said about any of the sequels, so never watched one. But I picked this one up and watched this a while ago now, and I have to say I really enjoyed it. This was a surprisingly awesome movie, and like I say, this movie gets a lot of hate, but I'm going to talk about a little bit about what I liked, because it's not a perfect film, but I had a lot of fun watching it. So there are a couple of things that I think which helped me like it. The first is, first of all, I think hearing so many bad reviews, I think my expectations were so low that in the end I just ended up enjoying it because my expectations could only go up, and which sometimes happens. Sometimes when you hear so much bad stuff about a film, you kind of just prepare for the worst and you're pleasantly surprised. The other thing that I think helped me enjoy this was that I'd already resigned myself to the fact that this wasn't going to be like The Howling. This was going to be completely different, and it is completely different. And where The Howling is it kind of plays it straight. It's quite a serious horror film. This one is much more tongue-in-cheek. You can't really take this one seriously, and it has a very kind of like 80s rock and roll feel to it. But I like that. That was one of the reasons why I like this movie. So this movie, it starts at this guy. He's at his sister's funeral. She's been killed, and at the end of the funeral, he is approached by this kind of like occult investigator, played by Christopher Lee. And Christopher Lee tells this guy that his sister was actually part of a werewolf cult, and Christopher Lee is wanting to go out and destroy them. And at first this guy doesn't believe him, but then events transpire that he does. He gets on board. So this guy and his lady friend and Christopher Lee, they travel to Transylvania to destroy this like werewolf coven, if you will. And the first part of the film takes place like in the city, and like I say, it's very kind of rock and roll. It has quite a punk feel to it. There's quite a few like punk characters in it, and I really like that. That was really cool. The second part of the movie, they travel to Transylvania to kill the werewolves. This is where the film kind of starts to get a little bit silly, a little bit irreverent. There's quite a few weird things. It's like this killer dwarf that's running around trying to get people. There's this weird like werewolf party orgy thing going on, and I can see why fans of the first film would really not like this, because it really does start to get quite silly. But on the whole, I enjoyed it. I found this very entertaining. I thought the werewolves were cool. The special effects were pretty good in this movie. And essentially, it's Christopher Lee hunting werewolves, which, if that's not cool, I don't know what is. So I really, really enjoyed that aspect of the film. So I did say if I enjoyed this, I would be looking at other sequels. So I think, based on this, I will check out part 3. I don't know how good that's going to be. Let me know if you've seen that. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and say that The Howling 2, I was quite pleasantly surprised. It is very different to the first. It's very silly, whereas the first one isn't. But I think if you can get around that and not take this one too seriously, then hopefully you can enjoy it like I did. So thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to comment and stay tuned for more videos.